What separates businesses that survive from those that truly thrive? Is it a great product, effective marketing, strong leadership, or the ability to adapt to changing times? We'll find out all of that as we take you inside the Agora Masterclass 2026. Organized by the Philippine Marketing Association as part of the 45th Agora Awards, this year's Masterclass brings together distinguished entrepreneurs, marketing practitioners, and business leaders to share the lessons behind building successful brands and sustainable enterprises. For many Filipino entrepreneurs and MSMEs, these discussions go beyond marketing. They offer practical insights on innovation, digital transformation, customer engagement, and business growth. Let's hear from the people behind some of the country's most respected organizations and discover what lessons they have for today's business owners.
So this year for Agora Awards 2026, we added 2 additional platforms. So that's the Agora Masterclass and the Agora Legacy Book. So the Agora Masterclass, the purpose for it is it's the learning platform for Agora. It is where the Agora awardees would be able to share their learnings, their experiences, their insights to fellow marketers, and then inspire them, of course, to become an Agora awardee after. And then for the Agora Legacy Book, of course, we don't want to forget those winners naman, diba? So we want to honor them by writing on their journeys, their experiences, not only their successes, even their challenges, their failures, what works for them.
I think the most important thing, it really goes back to the concept that you're trying to create for the market. What's very important, I often tell this to people, siyempre pag nagsisimula ka sa negosyo, sometimes ginagaya mo lang yung iba't ibang nakikita mo lang dyan, di ba, sa labas. But if you really want to stand out in the food business, you have to have what I call the secret sauce to what you're doing. Meaning, what makes you different from everybody else? And that's what you've got to spend a lot of time on. Do you have an heirloom recipe? Parang family recipe na pinpassed down from generations. Were you an OFW who used to live abroad? You specialize in a specific cuisine. Then pag nung umuwi ka dito, ginawa parang fusion cuisine. Or do you have access to a specific recipe or ingredients which nobody else has? Then that's your secret sauce when you start up the business, because you need to be able to stand out pagdating sa mga negosyong ganyan. And the second thing also as well, kung talagang gusto mong lumaki yung inyong mga negosyo na pagkain, no? I think there are three. First of all, you have to look at, is what you are doing repeatable? Kaya bang gawin paulit-ulit, di ba? Like if you look at businesses like very successful businesses like Potato Corner, madaling paulit-ulit ginagawa mo dyan, di ba? Number 2, is the business profitable, right? You have to make sure that even as a small stall, profitable na yung negosyo mo. If it's repeatable, it's profitable, then you know that you can slowly grow that business.
I think it's more of your passion. Your passion as a leader, your passion as a growth leader, meaning to say in terms of the way you train your employees, you make them efficient, you make them knowledgeable. And now that we're expanding to franchising, I think that leadership in franchising is another important factor.
Like what I mentioned earlier in the boardroom, building a brand is all about building trust. Every day, you have to continually build consumers' trust. And winning consumers' trust in this day and age is not easy. So you need to consistently show the value that your brand gives. So in the case of electrified vehicles and BYD, it's really the overall value that it provides to every Filipino consumer, to every Filipino family, because purchasing an electrified vehicle, purchasing a BYD, isn't just about transportation. It also equates to convenience.
The topic right now is really more on how do we now spend better, right? Especially for, even though that in marketing, prices are really increasing. So when you buy something, you really need to think reasonable or justifiable. You really need to buy this something. So that's why in Manila Doctors Hospital, we really promote the value. So we really wanted to, you don't need to spend so much but we have the best expertise. But in terms of the cost, we really provide value for money.
That's why we're here. We are now in the pre-launching and we are giving away AI tool. Lahat ng companies nandito kagaya niya Net25, we have hospital, we have restaurants like McDonald's. Etong mga malalaking companies na to, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga collaboration, partnership, and of course, we gain friends. And of course, they need AI tool nowadays.
Siguro, first of all, advocacy marketing is not simply corporate social responsibility programs kasi those are time-bound. They're also built around certain parts of the business. And it's not bad. I'm just saying that it cannot stay within there. I mean, if it's just for your own company's good, that's not advocacy. That's corporate social responsibility. Yes. So advocacy is going outside, community, realizing what the lower income or marginalized people need. And I'm sure, as marketers, we have a way of addressing those needs, which are not always in our minds. Kasi syempre, kailangan isipin mo muna, ano ba yung kikita sa kumpanya, blah, blah, blah. But, you can address those needs in terms of services and products.
The most successful businesses aren't simply built on good products. They're built on understanding customers, embracing innovation, and continuously adapting to change. The Agora Masterclass 2026 reminds us that while every entrepreneur's journey is different, the principles of effective leadership, strategic marketing, and customer trust remain timeless. For our MSMEs, the conversations shared today demonstrate that meaningful business growth doesn't always begin with a bigger budget. It often starts with clearer purpose, stronger branding, and the willingness to learn from those who have already navigated the path. I am Marco Ramos, and thank you for joining us as we brought you the insights from the Agora Masterclass 2026. Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep building better businesses.
Mga Kanet 25, this is Cesar Vallejos of Open for Business. For more updates, just click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25 TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook pages.